hands come forward, interlock, press away, take them up, eye gaze, follow the hands. Try not to let those traps rise, try to keep them down, shoulders are back and down, ribs to hips connect. Inhale for a breath here. Exhale, come forward. Open up the hands and then open up the chest. Opening the fingers, let them pull out behind. Inhale, exhale, bring them round and through, interlock, and then come up. Keep moving there. Just got a couple of late joiners, so I'll jump them in. Inhale, exhale, keep it moving. Hello Francis, welcome. Inhale, exhale, couple more. That's it. Stretch it out. This time as you stretch those arms out, arch through that back, push the hands away, but try not to let the body shift past the heel line. So pressing in through the heels, come forward, reach up, inhale, exhale, coming forward, pushing it away, hands come out behind, open up. Really, really arch through, stretch out through that back line, don't let that body shift, using that core to control. Come up, down, and open out. Awesome stuff. Rolling out in the shoulders, stepping it back a little bit to the edge of your mat or your towel, whichever you've got. We're going to come through classic Pilates roll down. So for classic Pilates roll down, it's real deep core connection. So it's not just rolling the body down and let it slump forward. So it's chin to the chest, connect the rib cage to hip bones, draw them in. Keep those shoulders down, let the head curl down. So you're going to lead with the crown of the head. Try not to let that bottom push backwards. Walk the fingers down, engage in the glutes as you come down the core. Let yourself come all the way down. Inhale at that bottom line. Exhale, press through the heels, engage in that lower abdominal band, and then stack. So use your core to stack vertebrae by vertebrae. Shoulders come square, keep those traps down, fingertips down, crown of the head up. Inhale, exhale. Try not to let that bottom tuck backwards. Inhale, exhale. Press through the heels, tucking and up. Rolling out in the shoulders. This time we're going to go down and stay down. So you're going to come down, all the way down, walking it out onto the hands and knees. Finding that position on the hands and knees, taking a deep breath in. Exhale. Just making sure no one's in waiting rooms. So from here, align those hands underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath those hip bones. So what we don't want is winging in the shoulders. So you're going to press through those hands for me. Push that chest bone up and away. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Now one way I find that gets everyone is imagine you've got a Bunsen burner under that chest. So you're pushing that chest up, not letting it slump down. So you're really letting that chest opening up in that back line. With all that desk work, homework, slumped office spaces, you'll tend to be a little bit here. So really push through those hands and push up. Then we're going to come into classic cat-cow. So it's tuck the tailbone, let that rib cage come up, eye gaze comes to knees. Inhale for a breath, exhale, lead with that tailbone, dropping it down, eye gaze comes through. Just two more here. Inhale, tucking under, pressing up and away, then coming through. Last one there. Pushing away with the hands, then come into that neutral spine position. So that chest bone's up, lift that navel up off the ground. So don't let that rib cage drop down. Push that tailbone away, crown of the head lengthens out and through. Then from here, both hands are under. Keep the hips squared off to the floor. So don't let them shake and rock. Don't let that knee drift over. So really engage in that core, pelvic floor lifts up. Slide that left leg behind and then draw it back in. Take it out behind and in. Out and in. Keep it going here. Out and in. Out and in. Hello Lisa and hello Gabby. popping up in waiting room here. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So keep the chest bones up. As you extend the leg behind, really focus on aligning those hips to the floor. Try not to let the pelvis rock and roll. So what I mean by that is when your hands are nice and square, the leg slides out, there should be no movement in that hip. So if you're finding you're rolling a little bit, reduce the length that you're taking it out. And really try and draw in between the hip bones. So using that transverse abdominal band, from navel, draw the hips in, into the navel, and try and control that rock. For 4, 3, 2, last one, swap it over. Take it out and in on the other side. Chest bones up, so that Bunsen burner's under that sternum. Stand out and in, out and in. Keep those hips square. 5, 4, 3, chest bones up, 2. Bring that knee down. Now you're going to take it back to that first leg, so extend the first leg out long, hover that leg off now, and just double check, are your hips nice and square to the floor, and is your thigh nice and straight? So you want the Eureka Tower in that thigh bone, not the Leaning Tower of Pisa. So if you're here, you're nice and straight with the hip, not rocked over. So if you're struggling to keep that, activate through that bottom cheek. Use that deep core muscle by the hip bone. Then from there, you're going to extend the opposite arm. Keep that chest bone squared to the floor, hips is squared. When you've got that balance and that control, visualize those obliques connecting. Take the hand and leg out an inch or 2, and then draw it back to the center line. Take it out and draw it in, out and in. Hold on that out. Now I just want you to double check what's happened to that navel. Has it dropped down to the floor on you? Pick him up, engage that core. Lengthen out through those fingertips, lengthen out through those toes. Out to the side, back to the center. Keep it going for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Control the movement. 2. Last one there. Hand comes down, knee comes down. Just come through that cat-cow. So tuck that tailbone under. Press away with those hands, eye gaze to knees. Inhale for a breath. Exhale. Lead with the tailbone. Drop that rib cage down. Inhale. Exhale. Lead with that tailbone. This is the only time I'll let you drop the rib cage down to the floor to allow that release and stretch. Now reset into that neutral spine position again. So chest bones up, navel's lifted, lengthen through that spine. So the crown of the head's pulling away, that tailbone stretching out the other way. Hands are planted, opposite leg goes back. Lifting it up. Hold there, double check. Are you nice and squared to the floor? Shoulders are squared to the floor. Lengthen out through the opposite hand. Push away. Inhale, exhale. Take it out to the side, drop back to center. Out to the side, back to center. 4, keep that navel lifted. Keep that chest bone up. Keep the length through the crown. 3, keep it moving here. 2, nice controlled movements. Welcome to the Alfred team. A few more I've added in here. Nice work. Keep that length through the crown. Keep that navel lifted. Now double check that thigh bone. Is it nice and squared? Or have you got your Leaning Tower of Pisa? So just double check. Keep that lift in the core. 2, last one. Hand comes down, knee comes down. You're going to tuck the toes under now, and you're going to roll yourself back. Squat yourself into a little squat position. Fingers into little tripods onto your mat. Press your seat bones up and away. Lengthen through that back spine. Inhale for a breath. Exhale. Start to walk those fingers up. Engage in that lower abdominal band and start to stack vertebrae by vertebrae. Stacking the hips square, rib cage shoulders. Lengthen out through that crown of that head. Awesome stuff. Have a little shake out. So we're going to go through a little flow, a bit more dynamic Pilates. I'm going to give you the variations though, so if you find you're not up for that little bit more of a pace and a flow, you keep to the lower range of the variations. If you're up for that challenge, I want you to try and get your heart rate up a little bit in this little flow. So your first exercise movement will be, we're going to stand in a feet hip width apart, squat the bottom back, seat bones away. Lift up that navel like we were doing just before. So you get that beautiful length in that spine. So the seat bone shoots away and you're shooting up to the top of the crown of the head. So if I had a rod and put it through here, it should be nice and straight because you're active in that core. Shoulders are back and down. Elbows come locked by the side. And then from there, you're going to transfer your weight to the left leg. And you're just going to come out and in. So we'll be here. Out and in. Out and in. Keep that squat in that leg. Seat bones away. And just double check with your knee alignment that your knee's just back from the toes, not shooting forward. And that's pushing that seat bones back a little bit more. And the best way I can say it, it's like you're going to literally sit down to go to the toilet. Shoulders are back and down, try not to let those traps lift up. Keep that rib cage connected to those hip bones. Keep it going. You got 20 seconds. Inhale. Exhale. Squat it down a little bit more. Keep that length in that spine, keep that lift in that core. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4. Squat it down a bit more. 3, 2. Keeping on that leg. Elbows locked to those rib cages. Then you're going to kick behind and forward. Keep that squat. Now, if you want to up the tempo in this one, you're hovering that back leg. Otherwise, it's just tap backs. Keep the shoulders open. Keep that rib cage connected. The length comes through the crown. Keep it going. Keep that lift in the core. Keep that opening in those shoulders. 5, 4, 3. Squat it down a little bit more for that last 2. Last one. Foot comes in. Shaking it out. If you're not feeling it in that quad in that one, you can go a little lower. So now you're going to swap over to that other side. Squat it down. Seat bones behind. Lengthen out through the crown of the head. Elbows locked into the side. Take it out to the side and in. So here first. So you're trying to keep those shoulders open, shoulders back and down, but that rib cage is in. As soon as you start to pigeon a little bit more with your chest, you disengage in your core. Then it starts to come into the lower back. So keep that core active, but keep that rib cage tucked. That's it. Nice controlled movements. Squat it down a little bit more. 4, 3, 2, transition to the kick back, elbows back to the side, kick it away. That's it. Nice stuff. Now in the next couple of rounds that we're going to do with these movements, if you do have hand weights at home, this is where you can add your hand weights. Keep it going. Squat it down a little bit more. Keep that alignment with that knee, not shooting over the toes. Glutes on, quads on. Lift up in that navel, keep that length through that crown. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Coming in, standing it up, walking it out. Coming back to the back of your mat. If you've got your hand weights, drop them down. You're going to go through the roll up. So you're going to go chin to chest. Walk the hands down. Inhale. Exhale. Walk out your hands to a plank position. So hands come out long. Shift your shoulders directly over those wrists. Activate through those glutes, those bottom cheeks are on. Lift up through that navel. That chest bone, that Bunsen burner's here. Push it up away. Inhale for a breath here. Exhale, pike up in the hips and walk the hands back. Then you come up through that roll up. So crown of the head's down, push through the heels. Straighten through the back line as much as you can. Walk the hands up and then stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. And here we go, repeating through. So roll it down. Crown of the head comes down. Keep that control in the movement. Walk the hands out. Transition to the plank position. Chest bones up and away. Lengthen through that crown of the head. Inhale for a breath here. Push away through your heels. Glue your inner thighs together. Now you're going to pike up through that lower abdominal band and walk it back. Let the crown of the head drop down. And then start to stack. Use that deep lower abdominal band here to stack vertebrae by vertebrae. Press through the heels. Roll out in the shoulders. Inhale for a breath. Exhale. Chin comes to chest. Curling it down. 2 more rotations of these. Walk it out. Hold here in that plank position. Chest bones up away. Lift the navel off the ground. Keep that core active and on. Glue the legs together. Push the heels back. Pike it up. And then walk those hands back. Stack the feet above the hip bones. Crown of the head comes down. Use that core to control stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. Hips come square. Rib cage comes square. Shoulders come square. Lift up nice and tall. Awesome stuff. Now you're going to take yourself down into a little bit of a seated position. We're going to come into a sideline set. Sorry guys, I've just moved the camera for a couple of you. So you're going to go elbow down. Knees in line. Heels should be in line with the seat bones. And just slightly out away, not too far. Knees are stacked. Lift up through that shoulder. So activate through that side waist, through the back there. Push that elbow down into your mat. Then you're going to push up tall. If you want, you can take your hand up and you're going to push your hips towards me. So try not to hang back here in this position. You want to push, activate through those bottom cheeks and push them forward. Hand up. Now you're going to lift that leg. Heel comes off that bottom leg. Knee comes off. Then all come back down. Lift it up and down. Up and down. Push away through that shoulder. Up and down. If that's too much for you, heels are down, knees are down, and you're just coming in and out of the side plank lift and starting to build conditioning around that shoulder. Otherwise you're here for 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one there. Hand comes down, knee comes down, hip comes down. Swing it round to the other side. Setting up, elbow down, shoulder over that elbow, stacking those knees, stacking those hips. Push it up, hand comes up tall. Inhale for a breath, exhale, knee comes up and down, ankle, knee, in a line with the hip. Come straight up, straight down. If that's too much, you find it's a bit challenging on the shoulder, just come up and down. Make sure that bottom cheek's on. Push those hips forward. Shoulder is stacked. Ribs to hips are connecting. Lift up through that side waist. Nice work. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one there. Bring it around. Hands plant down onto the mat. Tuck the toes under and push it back into a down dog position. And just have a little pedal out. Push away with those arms. Active through the hands, active through the arms. Lengthen through that spine. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Walk the hands back. then rolling it up. Now that roll up should be nice and fluid and easy by now. So have a little drink now if you need, have a little rest. We're going to go through one more round like that, so you've got the option of really, now that you know it, up the tempo if you want. Grab your little hand weights if you've got hand weights and you want to add them for the first little set. So you've got 20 seconds of rest and then straight back into it. Nice work. So Revolute team, a little bit more of a Darren style and flow, so it shouldn't be too different, probably just a little bit different movement patterns for you. Okay team, let's go. So we're going to squat it down, push the bottom cheeks back behind, lift up in that core, chest bones up, arms out to the side, out and in. Keep it moving. Lengthen through that crown. Lift that navel off the ground. Keep that rib cage tucked in. So try not to be here. Try and be nice and controlled in that core, in your powerhouse. Nice work. Keep that knee aligned just behind that toe. Glutes on, quads on. Don't forget the inner thigh. All working. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Transition. Elbows come back, back and forward. So this time, for that extra challenge, lift up in that core. You're going to try and keep in a hover. Add the balance. Deep core connection. Lengthen through the crown. If you can't go there today, that's okay. Find what's working for you. Focus on that core control. Glute activation, quad activation. Keep it going. Nice stuff. That quad's burning. Don't think about it. Focus on pressing through the heel. Ribs to hips connect. Keep that core activation. Hips pulling in. Breath. Lengthen through the back line. That tailbone's away. Crown of the head shoots up. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Swap it straight over. Leg comes down, plant through the heel, align first. Shoulders back and down, out and in. Lengthen through that core. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. That's it. Try and squat it down that little bit more. This is your last working round for your day. Get that blood pumping. Try and get that heart rate up just a little bit. Shoulders are back and down. Keep that core connection. That length through the spine. That's it. Keep it going. Squat it down again. Lift that navel up. Keep that length. Keep that rib cage tucked in. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Transition, elbows to side. Kick it back. And hover if you're going there. That's it. Keep it going. Squat it down. Keep that knee behind that toe. Keep that core on. Lengthen through that crown. Glute should be burning. Quad starts to burn. If it's not, squat it down a little bit more deeper. Keep that activation in that core. That's it. Keep the depth in the squat. If you're finding you can't do the hover, keep the depth. Let's start the tap for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Step it in, walk it out. Walking it back to the end of your mat. Aligning those feet underneath those hip bones. We're going to roll it out. Coming out into the plank. Chin comes to chest, walk it down. Take it out here, push it out, chest, shoulders aligned, push out through those heels. If full plank's too challenging, bring it down onto the knees. Otherwise, try and work it through here. Inhale for a breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Pike up in the hips. Use that lower abdominal band. Walk those hands back. Crown comes down into that forward fold. Curling it up, using that core, stack vertebrae by vertebrae. Lift up tall, shoulders back and down. Inhale. Exhale. Chin connects to the chest, rib cage to hip bones. Walk the fingers down, walking it out. Plank it out. Inhale for a breath. Push away through those heels. Glue the legs together. Quads are on. Lift up in that navel. Lift it off the floor. That chest bone, the Bunsen burners there. 3, 2, pike it up. Walk the hands back. Crown of the head comes down and curling it up. Rolling out in the shoulders. This time you're going to roll it down. Coming down into the plank. Take a deep breath. Twisting through and coming down into our side plank. So aligning those legs, heels, knees. Push up through that side waist, lifting up, hand comes up, knee, come away, and ankle. Keep that alignment. Remember, if that's too challenging on the shoulder, just dips down and up. Focus on lift out of that shoulder joint. Keep that activation through that oblique. Glutes, hips forward. Keep it going. Nice work. Inhale. Exhale. Keep that lift in that sideways. If you do find it's getting your shoulder and you need a rest, take a rest. Re-engage, activation. Make sure that shoulder is directly above that elbow. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Ankle down, knee down. Bring it down, swing it around. Elbows down. Align that shoulder, knee and hip. Push it up tall. Inhale for a breath. Exhale, lift and lower. Last working set for your day. Nice work. Keep that activation through that sideways. Those obliques are on. Lengthen, open up in that chest. Inhale, exhale. That's it. You got 20 seconds of working movement. Good work. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Keep that side lift. Keep that oblique on. Hips are forward. 2. Last one. Knees come down, sliding around onto your back. Taking a deep breath in. Blow it away. Hands come out to the side. Inhale for a breath here. Exhale, drop the knees to one side. Rotate them across. Eye gaze go to the opposite side for a spine twist. Inhale for a breath here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Drawing through the deep lower abdominal band. Bring the knees up. Then take it across. Take the eye gaze over.